I always like to start with a little bit of chat before we get into the questions. And today, the thing I want to chat about is bookmark today's Rotor Riot video. How much G-force does an FPV drone pull? I watched. Here's how good this video is. I was in it, and I watched the whole thing again. I don't know. Having said that, it was supposed to be like I was in it, and yet I watched it even though I was in it. But actually, now that I think about it, I'm probably more likely to watch a video I was in because I'm just a narcissist and like seeing myself on. Okay, so regardless, this was a fun one. This one, I think me and Sean and Bubby really vibed in this one. We did some interesting experimentation. We smashed the shit out of Sean's drone intentionally, like full throttle dive into the ground 3 times. How hard is it to get it right the first time? Well, go ahead, just bookmark that one. How much G-force does a drone pull? And check that out after the stream. I think you're going to enjoy it. I certainly did. Thank you. It was Bubby. Bubby, that's not the right scene. There we go. Bubby was the one who I think conceptualized that. Maybe it was Sean who had the idea. I don't know who had the idea, but it was a great episode. It was a lot of fun to shoot, and hopefully you'll have a lot of fun watching it. I want to start with this comment from Pilot Extreme, who watched that Rotor Riot video where we were trying to measure the G-forces that a quad experiences during flight. And of course, we did some normal freestyle flying, and then we decided to do more extreme things to generate G-forces. And I was like, well, you know what would generate the most G-forces and also be good for the video is if we just plowed this thing into the ground full speed. And I confess that my main motivation was a desire to full throttle someone else's quad into the ground at full speed. Because nothing is more fun than someone else giving you freedom to crash their quad. And you're like, yes, no consequences, baby. But I also thought it would be good for the video and people would enjoy watching it. And it's the kind of thing that Rotor Riot can do so you don't have to. And then sort of third on the list was the desire to know how many G-forces the quad experienced. But I didn't really think it through because a gyro sensor can only measure so many Gs. At a certain point, it maxes out and it doesn't go any higher. And it turns out that the G sensors on our flight controllers, they max out. I don't remember the exact number. It was somewhere around 10 or 15 Gs. It wasn't. I don't remember the exact number. It doesn't matter. But it was way less than the number of Gs that quad was experiencing. And it left me wondering, like, how we could measure the number of Gs. Like, it turns out there are these little stickers. You may have seen them on Mythbusters used them. There are these little stickers you can put on an object. And if the sticker experiences more than a certain number of Gs, then it, like, changes color or something happens. I don't remember what happens to it. And the problem is that they're super expensive. Like, an individual sticker isn't that expensive, but they only sell them in packs of like 50. And so it's like several hundreds of dollars to get and I was like, all right, I don't know how we would do this. But we were not able to get a good reading, unfortunately. And I desperately wanted to, that video needed to have a readout. But unfortunately, we had to end it without that payoff. But it had a lot of payoffs in it, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Oh, no, I've ruined the video by telling you that we didn't get we did it 3 times, and each time we were unable to get a number because the crash was so violent that the thing measuring the G-forces just gave up. And I will say, though, we smashed the tank, the Rotor Riot tank, Sean's frame. We smashed that thing, literally just turn upside down and literally full throttle, bam, into the ground 3 times. The 3rd time on concrete, and only the 3rd time did the frame break at all, which was damn impressive. So, if you decide to recreate this experiment, you're going to need to find a way to measure 50 or 60 Gs, I would guess. And I don't know how you're going to do that, but I'd be interested to know more.